Ross, the brother, what's Brother Ross Siley? It's Brother Ross Siley. Ross Siley. Now, Ross Siley. Now, he told me about a book by a woman from Canada named Corbett. And it was talking about the Ark of the Covenant, and also it was dealing with the Rastafarians also, or the lost tribe of Israel. He said that when this Ark of the Covenant is taken and the beast try to get it to go back to the fake Jews in Israel, because you know that's the fake Jew that came into the time of Spain, I guess, whatever. I guess the reason why they chose the Jewish religion is because supposedly Moses had introduced it to them sometime before. But by the time of Spain, when the Moors ruled Spain, they came into the religion and they was converted into faith. You know what I'm saying? That ain't got nothing to do with the real Hebrew. That's just like the white man posing to be a doggone Christian now. You know, that don't make him the real, what you call it? You see what I'm saying? That don't make him that at all. You see, now, that's just like the Jews in Israel that occupy Israel. We know that the white man occupies America now, but he is not the original Native American. Or the native, we would call it. I'm going to put that word American on him. That's another satanic word. You call yourself, like I said, African American, you're an African Satanist in the whole 9 yards. So now, that particular Ark of the Covenant, that they talk about, whoever had it was supposed to be the real Jews. Well, mentally, that son of Solomon, which Solomon, he was black and he was comely, black and comely, took that particular Ark of the Covenant, went into Israel and got it and took it back to Ethiopia, and it remained there to this point. You get it all in that particular book too, the sign and the seal. Now we understand if he was not, there's two things that's going on. Number one, the Ark of the Covenant could only be taken through bloodline or through melanin carriers, because bloodline don't necessarily mean your blood in your veins. It means the actual melanin carriers are the original Hemmites, Hebrews, and that whole family of black people. You would say African or Atlantean, because you know at one time this all was one landmass. There was not no such thing as just different things. This was one, and we now know that they're saying now that when Atlantis went down, because we had technology to bring things down, or the people from Sirius brought it down, that's where you had your continental drift based on an explosion. If you get Peter Tompkins' book, The Secret of the Mexican Pyramids, where he talk about these blue men from Sirius came down during the time when Atlantis was going down and recorded it and left it in some mountains or some tunnels in South America. You see, maybe in the Andes also too, in different parts of them, in Peru, in different parts of South America and all, and left this particular science. And these blue men were seen all over the world. The blue men from Sirius. Also in a book, I think his name is something Calissimo, another book called Not of This World. I think the name of this book is Not of This World, and I think his name is, I know the last name is Calissimo. In his book, he said that the Atlanteans were blue people too. So we're talking about the blue people. Now when they say blue, they're just talking about that blue black person, so black till the sun can't, the sky cast that shadow on them. You know, blue black. You know, these were the original Atlanteans and the Lemurians. So when it was going down on the people from Sirius, who probably took it down because they thought it was messing up, and they took it down, they recorded it. And when you see those pictures in India of those light blue people, those gods, they were actually trying to tell you that those gods were really blue-black. They just put them light blue now. So those people, some of the racist people in India and white people can tolerate it. You see? But it was all one landmass. That's why wherever you go, there were black people here. Even black Russians, black Chinese in the whole 9 yards, okay? Japanese in the whole 9 yards and everything. So now, that's what happened to this one landmass. We need to clarify that also too. So now, the bloodline that they say, when you're talking about this particular bloodline, they're talking about melanin carriers. Okay. He said in the book, Corbin's book, they said whenever this particular Jew, Impostor Jew, get the Ark of the Covenant, it would start World War III. Okay. About 3 weeks ago, I came in on a Sunday night, and my roommate said there's something on the Ark of the Covenant, because he'd heard me talking about it. He said there's something on the Ark of the Covenant that is on the TV. You need to watch it. Now I go in and they got about 10 impostor beast Jews sitting around the table, and they are because they had just received the Ark of the Covenant from the actual Thalasha, or we say Beta Israel Jews, the Ethiopian Jews. And they were rejoicing. They said, we got to find out whether it's a replica or not. Because there's also, the brother Rasale said that there was also a replica that was passed around for centuries and fooled them also. Now, but we know that I think that Mussolini took the one when he went in the second Ethiopian war, because Italy started going to hell. You see, right? You see, because they weren't melody carriers and they weren't the original people. Now, we understood that you just couldn't go in and take it, that the actual Hebrews had to literally hand it over you. This is what the campaign with the what they call it, the airlift thing that was doing, Project Moses, that they were doing. Now we know doggone well that they never, even the white Jews never even wanted to even recognize these Jews as being the original Jews, because even Dr. Ben talks about that, how he caught hell when he first came over here, thinking he was a Jew, went up to the white people, and they didn't recognize him. Get his book, We the Black Jews, in the whole 9 yards. Now, all of a sudden, they started recognizing them sometime in the 70s, and later on in 1985 when they did an airlift, and in 1981 when they started a war in Ethiopia, because it's always the CIA starting these wars. You see, they started the war in Ethiopia. And they go in and say, y'all need a safe haven, we need to get you out of there because you Jews, we don't want none of our Jewish brothers. Now, they started courting these Jews at this particular time, the Beta Israel Jews, the real Jews, trying to get them to give up the Ark of the Covenant, which is the only unholy alliance and only alliance that they wanted. They wanted the Ark of the Covenant. Well, you know, we are some of the only few people that would be the people that would that know now that this is the beast. I don't care, you go any place in Africa, except South Africa, because I've met some people in South Africa, they come over here and they hear the white man, the devil, they say, oh, that's it, because they're directly under the foot. So I think it takes that kind of oppression. And if you do know that both ends in Africa, South Africa is the ones that's catching hell, and also the brothers over here in the West. And even some parts of the Caribbean, they don't know that the white man is the beast. They're still in the king and queen's pocket. You know that whole deal now. Let's not front with this. And we know Africa don't want to do but one thing: retreat from Africa and be English and French. And now they're over there getting their ass kicked in France. You see? And in China. Because they don't know. So there's some of the only few people that know that this man is the beast is us. Because we're the ones directly in the belly of the beast. You understand what I'm saying? Directly up the belly of the beast. So now, the brothers in Ethiopia fail to understand one thing. They understand from a religious tradition that we can't give up certain things, but to know that this man is the devil. Now, the key to this is, I said, well, if it's true, did they give it up? So I went into and asked my spiritual sister to give me a channel, and Melchizedek came right through and said, which is also a form of Awass, we'll get into in a few minutes, came right through and said, yes, it is true. They did give up the ark. It changed hands sometime at the end of January. And they did give up the ark. They said, but it's only one thing to this. Now that's going to start World War III. I asked, would this start World War III? They said, yes, this is what's happening. Now the reason why we can't believe nothing else, because we have become intellectuals now to the point that, in a way, if it don't come with the book that the white man has documented it, we don't want to believe it. Now the gods in the heaven is telling us to tap into the melanin, and they will give us answers, our own answers from the truth. Remember, they say that the interplanetary brotherhood up there and the council of star federations, they operate all of one thing, and to be a member, they all have highly functional pineal glands, which your third eye gives you truth other than logic and rationale. So now, the reason why we still got a fight going with the scholars on truth is because they haven't tapped into their own psychic powers, which were original phenomena of our true self. Now, I asked Melchizedek, was it true? And he said, yes, they did give the Ark of the Covenant up. And this would start World War III. I said, well, I said, well, what is going to happen? He said, well, two things. One is good and one is bad. The good part about it is, and he said this, and this is the council elder, Melchizedek, or Awass, or Metatron, set over the council of elders next to God. He is the head archangel, or the head God, which he is a form of the original God. He's in another phase. He can go tap into the original God. That's why they tell me up here we are all one. Now, he said that the beast and the evil powers, now this is one of the head archangel calling this doggone cracker in Israel, and the crackers over here, the evil powers. But we got a problem calling this, but this is what the head angelic host, if we afraid that we won't be God-like if we call the beast the devil. Well, here it is the God that you're trying to get to be, or to try to return, because you all gods, you just got to remember, here it is the head gods calling them the beast and the devil. He said that the evil powers and this beast, they have received the Ark of the Covenant. He said, but what you know of as Israel, because they have received it, the good thing about that is, because they received the Ark and they are not of the melanin carriers, the Impostor Jews and bloodline Jews, that their lie have got them in trouble, because they've been lying about being the original Jews all this time, and now they're going to get killed for not being the original Jews. He said, because they're not melanin carriers and the original Jews, and it was an unholy alliance with the original Beta Israel, they said, what you know as Israel will be destroyed. The physical Israel, but we're not even talking, we're talking about the actual, when you talk about that, you talk about governments and people, not the landmass, that's our landmass. Right. They talk about these particular people will be destroyed. That's what you know as Israel. When they talk about that, they talk about the government structure that runs Israel. And the people that's tapped into the government structure. But since it's a government structure, it's not just Israel. White people all over the world, they had white people is these Jews that's running it. You just got the foot soldiers in England and America, but this Jew is tapped into all his people. He's just the head one that was trusted with the knowledge, that he was the first one to receive the knowledge that we had. You see what I'm saying? So when they say Israel, they're talking about all of this is Israel, the unholy Israel. They're talking about America too, because they're all tapped in. We know that because they gave all the stuff to, if they weren't all tapped in, why would they give nuclear capability to South Africa and the whole 9 yards? How they been killing our people the whole time with the diamonds and the whole thing. You see? So now he said will be destroyed. That coincides right with the World War III. You understand? That coincides right. I said, well, what's the bad news? He said, well, the bad news is this, and this is a key to all black people, wherever you are. Talk about Uncle Tom's. Whether you inadvertently don't know about it, or you subjectively do it. It said because the brothers in Ethiopia let go something that precious, they are going to have to pay a penalty too. We're going to kill some of them. You see? So now that is a thing saying if you sell it out now, it is unhealthy to the gods. You understand? Anybody selling out now, it will not go unpunished. You see? It will not go unpunished. So now, this is what they're talking about. So, we understand that this has already started happening because on March 1st, which is a form of a 28-day cycle, on March 1st in New York, based on some other stuff that they did with this other Arab over there, in New York, in March 1st, they got all shot all up. You know what I'm saying? Got shot all up and stuff. So now, he also said because this, if it is World War III, I mean, how bad can things get? Now the key to this is that you must study to know thyself approved, because they are saying that one brother said, well, I think we got another 20 years. I said, what you talking about? Because the Bible promises does not come true yet. He said that New World Order had been established. The New World Order been in effect for the last doggone 500 years. Right. This money here is coming to the mark of the beast. But why can't the dollar bill be the mark of the beast? He just updating that mark of the beast. But why can't the dollar bill be the mark of the beast? Even if it don't have the metal strip in it that it does have now. Any currency at that particular time, you didn't do this when you was doing your stuff. Anything that you turn over your everyday life for, which is your religion, capitalism is your religion. You see what I'm saying? Anytime you do 98% of what you do in the world is done doing the white man's thing and trying to get some money, because all of us want to get paid. You know how that is. You want to get paid. That's why you can't get down with no liberation. That's why you sell it out. Anything that you do 98% of the time, most of the week, and then all of a sudden you're going to come back, and on one day because you feel guilty because you've been out partying all night and stuff, you're going to go to some church and hear some doggone Negro holler in your face. You know what I'm saying? together. You understand? Because he who knows one book knows none. Get T.W. Doone's book, Bible Myths and its Parallels. He who knows one book knows none. And even Blavatsky tell you in her book, The Secret Doctrine, there's no religion greater than truth. You see? So this is what we're talking about. Now, dude, I want to ask you something. Anybody got a cake? Do you see this preacher? He's standing up. I think he can't read no, he's blind. He got this guy behind him. He be preaching all over, and this other guy be behind him hollering, and God said, did you see this fool? I know the white people having a ball. Did y'all see? You all got to see this. What channel this thing? Come on. They got this guy standing up behind him, and he reads out of the Bible, and this guy just, he knows it. That's what they're saying. And this guy back here hollering, and God said, hey, you got to hear this fool. You got to hear. I can't explain it, but I was totally blown away. As well as this Dale Brahma Negro, as well as all these doggone preachers, white and black. You understand what I'm saying? If you're really down for liberation, separate the chunks from the monks. Get out of the doggone church. Get out of the church. That is nothing but wasting your time and keeping you off the path. We know now that the church is sacrilegious. Some of the symbology that they put in is based on Catholicism, which is the mark of the beast, which ain't got nothing to do with you. It's your stuff. Turn around. I say power is power. It's how you exercise, and this is why you get drained, and this is why you can't do nothing. This is why you haven't been able to liberate yourself, because you are in the synagogue of Satan. Those who call themselves Jews are not just referring to those fake Jews, because they're part of that too, but they're talking about black theology that was set up by the white man. It's the synagogue of Satan. I said that my brother went down to the sister in Buford. What's that? The African village. She in the part of the African village too. Yeah, went down to see her, and they said they had this church there. And he said that they said when it was abandoned church. Said what? Said when we got out of slavery, everybody had their different religions of African religion that is metaphysical and can put you on higher states of consciousness and actually do something about your condition by manipulating the forces of the universe. They were all coming there, and they had different ones, and they were practicing this one church. They said what happened was, let that go back. Something else don't want us to get this going on, because all kind of stuff going on. I'll be there to holler. I think, now,
you ain't got nothing to worry.
No, I'm not talking about me being worried. I've got my back up. I've got mine. See, you got yours too. You just look up in the sky and distinguish what's a damn star and what's not.
That's right.
So they all around you.
That's right.
And them things turning colors like this and twitching a little bit, they ships. They're not stars. If you look up, the stars are way up. And they set. The ones we talk about, they twitch. And distinguish them from airplanes too. Airplane got two blinking lights like this. We talking about one that hovers and it twinkles, and it's got a red and green and yellow. You see that? And it don't go nowhere, but the airplane, if you look at it, it slowly moves. Those are ships. You see what I'm saying? Now, where was I? Anyway, these people set up this their own indigenous religions after slavery. The white man knew what was going on, came in and took them out and put them in the regular church that you got today and closed that one down. And what does that tell you? Then you understand why you were trapped into this foolishness that's going on right now. Now, so like I said also too, look up into the sky. Number one, I gotta say this also too. You need to check this guy Solomon out. Now, I'm not saying the guy is end all and be all to different science, because some things he say about the woman is this old school Islamic stuff that he has learned. But they say that, but I asked the hierarchy, was he alright? They say he on the up and up. But see, the hierarchy has to work with what they got down here, because we all crazy. They even Imam Esau with all his children got a children he had in Dr. Yard singing blues and Christmas songs by the Christmas tree. He even got to hook up with them, because they understand they got to work what they got to do. He's got a hierarchy. You see, hooked up with Melchizedek and stuff like this too. So now this brother Solomon, they say was on up and up. Now what is Solomon? Is a brother that said he was taught by Master Farah Muhammad in the 24th scientist. He just stood up in the middle of nowhere, I think in 1990 or whatever. And his thing is this. Now let's quote what he said. Now eventually Islam have to deal with Solomon on this. They want to take him out. He said, this is his words. He said that Mr. Farrakhan had from 1977 up to 89 to do what he had to do, was reacquaint the people with the teachings of Honorable Elijah Muhammad. But you know what they said? That he came into power really when the whole thing broke down, which is 10 years now. But you didn't know who he was, and know the nation had started back up. You didn't know who Elijah Muhammad was, because most of us forget. Until he came back on the scene. You know, Silas started up his thing before that, but all of those was around a reacquainting view with Elijah Muhammad. They said he had a certain time to speak, and he had an angel with him. That's what this cat is saying. But I want you to be the judge. He had an angel with him. And between the time of 1984 or 87, or the time when you knew him in 84 up to now, when he had this angel till 1989, from 84 to 89, or 87 to 89, he was pumping. He was the baddest thing going. He was rocking and rolling. And they say in 1989 he started becoming more political. You know, because in 1990 he started going on these shows. He went all this kind of thing here and different things. And Sam Donaldson and the whole 9 yards. And then all of a sudden he's saying that this angel left him in 1989 and he's supposed to take this thing over. You gotta get this big idea. We're gonna break the guy here and answer the questions.
You know, they say Barrett had prostate cancer.
Well, let me tell you the whole thing. He developed the prostate cancer around 91. Now they say that he was up until 1989 and 90, he was pumping. Then all of a sudden, it's now the whole thing with the NAACP and what you call it. Now, I'm not saying nothing, and I'm not talking against my brother, because the hierarchy say don't talk against nobody. You see what I'm saying? Because all our people, we all are one, and we are all the Elohim, so don't talk about nobody. But what I'm trying to say is that I'm not so much talking about Minister Farrakhan, but I just want to ask this question. You know damn well that the Congressional Black Caucus, the NAACP, Al Sharpton, Reverend Buffon, Colonel Sanders, nigga, you know that all those people are nothing but the white man's niggas. I don't give a doggone how much candy cloth they put on. I don't give a damn how much African thing they put on. I don't care how much retreats they go to Africa. They still the white man's nigga. My thing is, if you have identified the devil, we gonna look at this now. You identify the devil. You know who the devil is. And the devil gets mad at you for speaking out against him being a devil. If you God, you don't go to the devil. No explanation whatsoever. So what's the deal with the press conference? That's right. Now look at this here now. You know this new stuff that just came out. Now I don't know what's going on. Maybe last night she just named him Farrakhan. So I'm not really saying it's already on the news.
White boys.
What?
She ain't said nothing.
Well, the white boys are saying that she's saying that she got ample evidence that he was one of the person in on Farrakhan was in on Martin's death, Malcolm's death. Now, I don't know about all that. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, if the white boy can use a certain person, he's gonna do that. You understand? But these are things that we need to address in our minds. So I'm not sacrilegious and against the frequency by telling you that we must analyze everything now, including me. You understand what I'm saying? Never take nothing a person say. And even if you go and even check the books and I say, and they bear witness, go inside. Now is the time for you to go inside and see what's right and what's wrong. But my thing is why call a press conference to the devil to please the Congressional Black Caucus, who ain't gonna do a damn thing, and I don't care if you work for them for night and day, it ain't gonna solve nothing. And if it does solve something, it's gonna cure the symptoms of cancer, but ultimately it's not gonna get rid of the cancer, because we are in the time where we gotta take the beast out and evil powers that's with the beast, because as a man and woman thinketh in his heart, so is he or she. So if we are in the last days, why is there a torchlight for America? Because we know it's the sinking ship. Because 20 years before the book Torchlight for America came out, the fall of America came out by Honorable Elijah Muhammad, talking about the mother planes. Now we gotta know what time we are. Now the hierarchy already done told me straight up, this is it. It's over. This is all. They saying the grace period is up. From 1914 to now, which we say 10 years behind will be 1904, and I'm getting ready to get in with the Alistair Crowley thing with this blue, black, melanin angel Awass came and gave the second half of the Book of the Dead called the Book of Law, which you can get for $6. You understand? But I don't guess you can read this stuff because it's coded in a certain way, but don't worry about it. If you buy the Book of Law, I got a doggone glossary that can explain some of the terms in there so you can get by. Also, which I put in this book called Awass 93-418 in my new book that I did. That Awass had me to do the last 3 days for 6 bones. Now, which I am the editor of, because I know some of y'all niggas, they say half the literature that we put out, Negroes or niggas go and buy it and take it right straight to the beast. That's what you got y'all. So I'm just saying this stuff. I am the editor of this. You see, I don't want somebody to bring me up on no plagiarism charges, but this is what Awass told me to do because we don't have time to even write no more books. All the stuff is out here. I just gotta present it to the people. So this stuff is all decoded. You can't even read this book here. You can't read it. You gotta have all the stuff. But I have chosen the materials in this book that explains the things that you can read. So get this book instead of all the rest of that stuff because you're just wasting your money. Take your time to study. Now, the whole key, and I'm not trying to make no sales pitch. I'm telling you what the Spirit told me to do. I started out with 3 pages for a handout, and I ended up with 37 pages. And like I say, it's only $6. But hell, if you got 5, I'll take that and let you go to this thing. It's not even what you call it and stuff. So, I'm just saying, the only reason I'm doing it is because I'm paying for the doggone paper that I bought. You understand that? Now, plus, this is the kind of knowledge that's going to get you out of the stuff. So you need to know what kind of spiritual hookup you got with you. Because this is being witness to this particular angel that's here on the scene. He's here on the scene now. Now, so, what I'm trying to say is why do we have to explain things? Number one, the whole thing, the premise that the nation has is he's one of the people that's lifting up the masses of the people. Number one, the masses of the people ain't being lifted up. Well, damn. The masses of the people are dead people. Masses of the people don't do but one thing, and that's die. And number two, the masses of the people are popular culture. What sounds good, smells good, sounds good, smells good, looks good, it tastes good. That's what the masses of people is. That's a spiritual dead person. You can't lift up the dead. Now, the dead have to wake up, like I said, you don't wake up at the same time in the morning. So some of these people is out here dead, they're not going to wake up by the word you give them. I got a roommate, I'll bear witness, that here every day and still talking about 20 years from now when my child grows up. I'm saying, man, this is, see what I'm saying? He still don't understand and can quote what I'm saying. Now that person can hear what you say, quote what you say, and still it does not internalized. So now the masses of people, because they come at 55,000 people, that's a Michael Jackson concert to them. And half the damn people was mad because he didn't come up talking junk about the white man when he came in Atlanta. And they was mad because he didn't give them no show. That's right. That's the same as the doggone Baptist preacher in the Baptist church. If the preacher can't holler good and hoop good, they gotta get rid of it. Because we are into doggone entertainment. And that's all that the masses of the people are doing. So you ain't uplifting no masses of the people. You're not uplifting no masses of the doggone people. You understand what I'm saying? So now, what we talking about here? So, on the other hand, it's keeping the people from the real science of what you're supposed to be doing. You see what I'm saying? And this facade of being joined with all these preachers, I don't want to be joined with all no doggone preachers. I don't want Jesse Jackson, who done slept with the beast, done blowed skin flute for the beast. Excuse me, I won't tell you what he is. He's the white man's nigga, and he gets booped in behind by the white man. To me, that's a faggot. He might not be a physical faggot, but that's a faggot. In a political sense. You see what I'm saying? In a spiritual sense. You see what I'm saying? He's the white man's nigga. The white man's bed buddy. So now that's what we talking about here, That's what we talking about here. Now, so what I'm saying is this. So this is the kind of science. So this is the kind of science. Either we taking the beast off the planet, or we getting into a more political thing so we can feel good. Feel good about our liberation. You see, that's what's happening with the whole Afrocentric thing. Now we learn all the history. We the pharaohs. Yeah, okay, we the pharaohs. And we know we only want to use that to feel good, so when we get around the white people, we can say, well, we was pharaohs in Egypt, in the whole 9 yards, because they talking about England and all that. But we talking about coming into the new world. This is the kind of science we're talking about. Did you change the tape over, man? Okay, cool. Now I'm getting ready to go into Awass and stuff. I'm getting ready to go into Awass. Okay, just hold on 1 minute. Let's see. Now, because I want to go in this. Just hold that for 1 minute, and we'll get into this now. Okay, hold on 1 minute. Now, because we got to speed this thing up, because I know it's hot in here. yours, you know. But this is what's going on. Okay, and we gotta take up a donation also too. So all you people, because this is paying for the whatchamacallit and all this here stuff, so I can go and produce the more books. But we need to take up a donation also too. Anything you can spare. If you ain't got it, cool. We'll have this thing go, okay? Alright, that's how the thing go, because you got it in and all. We're not trying to charge you or whatever. If you didn't have it, you don't have to have it. You shouldn't be subjugated to not hearing the knowledge you don't have. But if you got it, boom, whatever. Now this is the key. Let's go into this Awass. The white boys in, how many is this now? Three? Will you pass them out? Okay, well hold on 1 minute. We got to stop this right quick, because it's slowing me down. Y'all let's hold up 1 minute and all. See, I don't want to put this on the tape, because you know how it is.